1 year ago, I made this video where I made ChatGPT in Scratch, but now ChatGPT is so powerful that I can actually make Scratch in ChatGPT. So let's get started. As you can see here, we are introducing GPT-5, which is the smartest, fastest, and most useful model yet. And this change is actually pretty controversial. Some people don't like it, but the programming has definitely gotten better. So here we're gonna say make Scratch for me. It should have drag and drop 50 colorful blocks, and it should be like a real Scratch. Make a nice UI for it, and then let's also say make it playable in Canvas here. So what does Canvas mean? If you click on this button, it's called Add Files and More. Here we can see Canvas, and what this basically allows us to do is it allows us to play it right here in ChatGPT. So here you can see it programming, and you can see how fast this is. And yeah, it's using React.js. So let's see what it comes up with. And if you use this and you program yourself, this is a huge thing you can do to really optimize your code. So this is pretty crazy. You can see here we have the UI, we have the drawing, animation, and there we have it. So it's done. So here, over here, we can see run your code in Canvas, installing, and that's crazy. So you can see here all these blocks we have and all these rainbow shapes. And for example, we can say turn, or we can duplicate this, or we can delete. You can say like high 8. You can see it didn't really work, but some of it is pretty impressive. For example, if I do turn 6 and let's say like move 17 steps, and you can see actually move 17 steps while turning 6 degrees. So that did work, but I told him to make 50 unique blocks and it didn't do that. And also I can't change these parameters. You have a plus random here too. I mean, that's pretty cool, but let's see what we can change here. So over here, let's say I want 50 unique blocks. For example, let's say add loops and a when start block. I also want to change the parameters inside of the blocks. So I put that in. Let's see what it does. I can just stop the code here and it goes back to the drawing board and starts coding again. So let's see what it comes up with now. I'm actually pretty excited, guys. I've messed around with this a bit since last night, but I've never seen ChatGPT be this good. Like, it used to make some pretty basic stuff, but with proper prompt engineering, you can actually allow it to make some insane programs. And the best part is, you can even upload it onto your own website. Alright, so we have the new code here. Let's run code and see what happens. One problem with ChatGPT that I've encountered is that sometimes when I'm debugging it, it just stops working. Like, the program actually gets worse. So hoping this works. So sometimes it glitches out here, so you're gonna have to reload and then run code like this. Okay, so now we have all these cool blocks when starting everything, and we can even change that. So that's really cool. And we have all these unique blocks. But I think you immediately see the problem. Where is our screen? I mean, we can't run anything. So we're gonna have to ask again, add the screen / canvas back. And now you can see it's not writing the code again, it's just editing it. I feel like it's changing some stuff, I'm not sure though. So it's pretty much the same, but as you can see, it changed some stuff here. And here and there, it's changing a bit of programming. Oh, there. So added that now. Now the UI has a left box palette, a middle script area, and a right stage for sprite action. So let's run this code, initializing environment, and I'm excited to see what it has come up with now. And looks like we're gonna have to refresh again. Run code. Okay, this is looking pretty nice now. So let's say move 10 steps. Okay, I immediately see the problem. So first of all, it deleted the deleting functionality. I can't delete this anymore. And then how am I supposed to run this code? So you can see what I'm saying here. Like, it just stops working. When you're debugging, it actually makes it worse sometimes. So let's say add deleting blocks and allow me to run and stop the script / project. So you can see I'm kind of going in circles here because we already had this in the first iteration of our game, but as we're going forward, it actually gets worse in some ways. And you can see it has this cool UI here. When we drag it here, that stops working. It's overall still pretty cool. Okay, it says he added a block, deletion, small X button in each block, and run stop buttons. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna refresh once more, hoping for the best. Okay, now this is actually looking pretty solid. So we can delete that. So when start, move steps, turn right. It looked solid, but then the stage turned green, and then it's not even moving any steps. Like, the first one was actually pretty good. Now it's just getting worse. let's say light seconds. Okay, let's say add a spread. Let's open this up again and say add a spread by default, and the sprite isn't being affected by the code. Let's say that, and then let's see what it does. I'm not the best at prompt engineering, but I feel like we have a pretty good result now, and I hope it fixes this. So you can see here it's actually changing some stuff, and actually deleted like a bunch of blocks, which I didn't ask for, but hoping for the best, I mean. Okay, I've added default sprites and updated the script execution so motion looks and control blocks now actually affect the sprite. Run the code. Okay, let's see what happens. Move 10 steps. So it's moving down. So now let's say go to X, Y, 0, 0. Okay, so 0, 0 is there. So it's not working exactly like Scratch, because in other programming languages, Y0 and X0 are here. But in Scratch, they just made it the center to simplify it. So that's why some things might seem weird here. So let's go to X50, Y50 and say hello. So it seems like this block actually doesn't work. What happens if we delete the when start? And then let's say go back to X0, Y0, and it still works. So the when start isn't actually functional. So there's some fine tuning we still have left, but eventually it should work. So let's try the repeat now. So repeat 10 times, but the repeat doesn't work and it doesn't hold blocks. So let's ask it to do that. So make the repeat actually functional and allow it to hold blocks. Also make the say hello work, and program should only run with a when start. Alright, so that's pretty detailed. Oops, we clicked there. Let's go back here. So it's running that. Okay, wait, let's put this in here. I didn't mean to. So it's doing it in the chat now, so let me, I need to go back. Edit the canvas file. Bro, you said you're gonna edit it. What happened? I'm not seeing any editing here, to be honest, guys, but I mean, let's see what happens. Hello? Are you there, man?
5 minutes later.
Alright guys, so I'm back. So I had to fix some stuff. I mean, look at this huge chat I had with ChatGPT. I had to re-enter all the code, and now it actually started editing again. So I think it should be working now, and it's actually editing this time. And it actually says it did the repeat, the say, and the when start now. Ooh, there's an error. So let's refresh, and if it doesn't fix it, we'll tell it to just do it again. Run code. Let's just tell it to fix the error and see if it does. Thinking longer for a better answer, inspecting errors, analyzing code issues, checking block behavior, looking for the errors in the code. Oh, it says addressing 2 errors, so it actually knows that we had 2 problems. We can even see where the error was. There were only 2 errors, bro. What are you doing? You're just rewriting the whole code. But if it works better, I mean, who am I to judge? Like, he's writing the drag code again. So this is the problem with this ChatGPT. Like, we're just going in loops and it's just starting all over. Like, I only had 2 errors, but okay, let's run the code. Okay, now it works. So when start, let's try out the repeat, and look at that, guys, it actually works. So if I do like repeat, let's say like move steps, is that not working? Okay, that's not a good sign. So as you can see, it coded everything again, and now the run and stop sign aren't working again. So let me try again. Fix the run and stop sign. Editing this, and if this works, I mean, we have a pretty solid product, I guess. We could add more sprites, but that might be for a later video. We'll see what happens, but we just need this to work. And what's really cool is we can see what it's doing, so we can see when it's editing something. Well, you said you fixed it, and I'm gonna believe you. Okay, now we run the code, and as you can see, whenever you tell it to fix like one portion of something, it just completely changes it. So it actually changed the UI too. Let's go when start, set X to 0, run. Okay, that's working. Set Y to 0, run. So let's say go to X50, Y50, and then say hello. Okay, so hello is actually still not working, but pretty much everything else is. So let's try the repeat now too. Let's do repeat 5 times, change X by 10. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So imagine if you really worked like 1 week on this, you could actually have a pretty solid product. And if you want to test this out, it's going to be on my new website, thesteamiest.com. And if you want to see me make Midjourney in Scratch, then click on this video.